Having a great day and you're making it great. This is the Jet Black Daily Show. I'm Mr. Jet Black, Carl Sr.
And it's your boy Corey Legucci Graves as we continue the legacy of Aaron T. Jones. Hashtag Pod God.
Hashtag Jet Black. Listen, if you haven't had the opportunity, please visit the website, thejetblackempowerment.com. That's thejetblackempowerment.com. Cash rules everything around me.
Be the cream.
Get them.
Yep. Dollar bills, y'all.
Hit that Cash App, Unique 3815. That's Unique 3815. And if you want to write that check to Aaron T. Jones Memorial Fund. That's the Aaron T. Jones Memorial Fund, just like that. And listen, we want you to go to the Jet Black Shop.
Shop to you. Drop at the Jet Black Shop. Get that fire.
Come on.
I know you see me.
Yes, sir.
With your looking ass.
Give it to him.
Yes,
Give
sir.
it to him. You know what I'm saying? ShopJetBlack.org. That's ShopJetBlack.org. Look, Gucci, what's up with you, baby?
Hey, I'm blessed, Unc. Highly favored. Glad to be back in the billy once again on this platform. You know what I mean?
Boy, you sound like you're finna preach a good old sermon.
Well, don't get me started. Unc, how things shaking with you?
Man, like I tell you always, I'm still warm in my body and I ain't cold, G. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's a blessing right there.
I'm feeling real good and feeling all right.
Okay.
Enjoying this Carolina sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, look, we got a very, very special guest in the building.
In the building.
We got the one,
the only
John Blaq.
Hey.
What's up, man? Glad to be here, man. God, dog, the intro fire.
It was good.
Yes,
It was all right.
Yeah.
I'm woke now.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. We so glad that you came here today and graced the mic, man, to enjoy this Jet Black empowerment vibe. You dig?
I appreciate y'all having me, man. I done seen the show and everything, so when I got the call, I was like, yes, I'll be there.
Hey, we appreciate it, man,
Yeah,
because
we
all
sure
we do this for is to uplift, inspire, and empower.
Most
That's
definitely,
right.
most definitely.
That's
And that's
right.
what y'all doing, man. So big ups to y'all.
Man, we appreciate that. Remember, our motto is each one, reach one,
Teach
one. Continue the legacy of Mr. Aaron T. Jones.
Hashtag Pod God.
Yes,
Lock
sir.
it in.
Right now. All right, listen, we're finna go ahead and we ain't gonna hold you up no longer. John Blaq, we not gonna do it.
It's the voice for me. Do it one man.
Yeah.
Blaq.
That's what's up. Wow.
All right, listen, man, can you tell the people where you're from?
I was originally born in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I
Bed-Stuy.
moved down here and Winston-Salem when I was around 6, so I called Winston-Salem home.
Right
Trey
on.
Fo.
The
In
Trey.
the building.
In
All day. You know what I'm
building,
saying?
you
So
know what
I got
I'm
down
saying?
here when I was like 7, so Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Right on.
That's home.
Yeah, no doubt. I love it. Tell the folks what school you went to, what high school you
Oh,
went
you would wait for this. I went to North Forsyth. You know,
The
Vikings. We went to the same school, me
No
and Chris.
doubt.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
Viking pride.
All
so,
day
all
and day. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I'm so glad that you're here, man. Can you tell the people what you do?
Man, I'm an actor, man. I'm an actor. I'm a songwriter. I'm an MC. You know what I'm saying? I bake cookies. I deliver, but nah. No, man, I'm just out here, man. Like I'm an actor. Basically, that's my main thing right now. Acting is my thing.
Right on, right on. What are some of the things? How did you get started in the acting, man?
Unlike probably some of my contemporaries and went to school and people, been doing it all their life.
Yeah.
My story a little bit different.
Sure.
Because my life different. I was actually working at my job, and me and one of my fellow workers was in the elevator doing stupid stuff, doing karate.
Sure.
Like 2 5-year-olds in the elevator.
All right.
And he just looked at me and said, "Man, you're just so animated. You know what I'm saying? You need to act or something. You need to do something. I know you do music." Because he was actually one of my producers as well. But he was like, "I know you do music, man, but something tells me you should be acting. You should try that." So, just that was the seed for me.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. But I got a true testimony though. See, back in the day when we was in high school.
Well,
See, I kind of felt like he was gonna be doing this anyway.
oh, this is the first I'm hearing of
Because
this.
John Blaq was kind of animated anyway. We was in high
We always animated.
No
That was
doubt.
just our class, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how
for
we
sure.
move.
oh,
Exactly.
so you seen it in him before he even got in.
Absolutely, man.
Hit that eye, done got that eye on.
Yeah, man. He was like that in high school, man. He really was. And you know what's so crazy? I didn't even know, Blaq, you was from Brooklyn. Like you was born in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And later moved here to Winston-Salem. We're in Greensboro, but
Yeah.
later to Winston-Salem. So now I understand why the swag was like it was, my brother.
but I guess the thing is, I'm a one of those that ain't where you from, it's where you at.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
when I get that question, it's kind of like, I'm from Winston, but
Right.
actuality, I was born in Brooklyn,
Yeah,
Flatbush,
yeah.
moved down here, so it's all who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right
but
on.
shoot, to me, Winston, it was just like Brooklyn when I got down here, just
True.
with cats with a country, a little country swag.
Sure,
It-
sure.
It felt the same. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Winston is different.
Yeah.
You know
It
what I mean?
is.
That whole Trey 4 vibe, like people from Greensboro and High Point and stuff got their own thing.
Sure.
But everybody would be like, yeah, the Trey, that's different.
Yeah.
You
No
know,
doubt,
so.
no doubt. Did you ever chill at Bloom Park back in the day?
Yeah, I chill at Bloom. But you can't be in Winston. I chill at the park,
Martin
the
Luther
lake.
King.
Oh, what you
The
know?
lake.
What you know about the strip where the cars used to go up
Oh,
and down?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Martin Luther
dog.
King right over there in East Winston.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, look, we ain't going to hold
Sound like
We
y'all
gonna-
was out there. Y'all keep talking. Y'all keep talking for the ladies and gentlemen at home. Sound like y'all was out there.
Look, when Biggie dropped,
Yeah.
that's when we
Oh,
all
man.
went and got these little bottles of Cristal because Biggie was doing Cristal, and thought we was popping bottles like this size
You know what I'm saying?
with
They had bottles
four dudes.
They had bottles that little.
Oh, you might have to put 2 of these together, but yeah, it was,
For real, for
Yeah,
real.
man.
That's dope, man. What are some of the things that influence you to get you going though with acting outside of being in the elevator with your partner at the time?
I think, like I said, I've always been doing music. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But for me, I got 9 albums. If you go back and listen to those albums, when I went back and listened to those albums, on every single album, I tell stories in my songs.
True.
So for me, that's what acting is. It's
Yes.
storytelling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So the storytelling aspect of it has always been a part of me. I like stories. So you're probably not going to listen to none of those 9 albums and hear one of them that don't have at least 2 or 3 stories on them.
Sure.
And when I went to do music videos, I would have these concepts and ideas, and I didn't want to do videos where you would just rap. And I got those, but I didn't get excited over those. I got excited over doing videos where I had these ideas for stories, and I wanted to make them like movies and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So,
Yeah.
it kind of was a natural progression when I look back on it.
Oh,
Hey,
man,
that's dope right there. Let
That's
me go
dope.
and get in here with
jump
one.
on in there.
Quick question: what do you feel is more important for an actor? The
What?
talent or the training?
Training. Absolutely is training. Because you can have a natural inclination for anything, but if you don't hone it, you got to seal it. If you learn your craft, you can constantly build, and that's with anything. You can always build on that because things keep evolving.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And as they keep evolving, you keep learning.
Yeah.
So you don't really have a ceiling if you're trying to better your skill set in something. Just like, we talking about, my man doing the sound engineer or the cameras and stuff like these ain't the same cameras you used 5 years ago.
Oh, hell no.
So whoever had to learn these,
Yeah.
and they're going to have new ones 5 years from now. That's something that you keep building on as a skill set. Acting is the same thing.
That's dope right there.
Man, I love
that. Was a
it,
great
right?
answer too. I'm gonna go ahead and
It's
give
great
you
to go
another since
give
we're in
another.
here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What type of actors do you feel most suits you?
For me, once I really understood what acting was to me,
Okay.
because it's gonna mean something different to everybody.
Sure.
But what for me, the light bulb came on when I realized I'm best as a character actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like characters. You know what I mean?
Can you define that a little bit more?
Yeah.
Meaning like in acting, sometimes you have what they call maybe a leading man. And as soon as I say that, something comes to mind. Because that's usually like a stereotype, a cardboard cutout of somebody. Dude, 6 foot, brown skin, looks good, your Morris Chestnut, leading man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But then you have these other kind of quirky characters and stuff like that. He may walk with a limp. He may have a little tick. He may have these little things that make him stand out. And sometimes they're not the protagonist of the story.
Sure.
But you remember that character because they helped move the story along so much. They didn't have to be the main character. They just brought life to it. I like to be those kind of characters, memorable little pieces to the story.
Right on. How do you prepare for a role? What's your process like?
It's changed.
Okay.
When I first got in, like I said, trying to learn what acting was, I went into it just kind of like, using my imagination and, okay, this is a thug, I'm going to be a thug, and you know what I'm saying? I've been around enough street stuff for me to be able to just flow with that, but then when some of the roles got different, that's where the training, what we were talking about, the training starts coming in, you know what I'm saying? Because it sounds crazy, but when you start learning about stuff like inner monologue and sensory memory and things of these nature, these are tools that help you actually not just pretend, but start to become. And you hear people say, you're being. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to be, you're being. You're being because now you're starting to take these tools and you're starting to use them to actually be this character.
Talk about that inner monologue a little bit more, if you would. Can you elaborate on that just a little bit more?
Yeah. That was one of the biggest things I felt like that started to make things click for me. Inner monologue is what we do naturally. For me, this is how I define acting. I'm learning to redo things that I do naturally. You see what I'm saying? In life, you don't have a script.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as we're talking,
Yeah.
I'm responding to what you're saying, but it's happening so quick because that's what we do. You already have a script, so that's telling you, you're going to say this, I'm going to say that. This. And what happens is when you're a new actor, you start to become kind of wooden in your response because you know what you're supposed to say. So
Yeah.
you're just waiting for that other person to say their line. And on camera, you don't realize that people have watched so many movies and seen so many things that we can pick up what's not natural. So when you're just waiting for the next line, you think you in it, but the person watching is like, something ain't right.
Yeah, it ain't hitting right.
It ain't hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going back and forth. It's like, something ain't right. So inner monologue helps you do the process that you do in real life. You say something, I process it, then I respond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we do it so much, it happens like this. Inner monologue is when you say it, while you're saying your line, first of all, I should know my lines well enough that I can use this.
Yeah.
So when you're saying what you're saying, I ain't waiting for your last word.
Yeah.
If you like, you punk bitch, cursing.
You good? Keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Keep
Go
it
with-
moving.
going.
If you call me a punk or something like that in real life, I'm gonna be like, you a punk. Or whatever my response
I got
is.
you.
You do that in a play, I have a direct response to that. But if I just waiting to say that, it don't come off natural. So what inner monologue helps you do is, you saying, you punk, you stole my money. If I know if my character didn't steal the money, the technique is for me to be inside, why would he say that? Why is he thinking that? I didn't take his money. I'm saying that inside, what you don't realize, it causes a response that you're not thinking about. It makes you do things on camera that you ain't thinking about.
Yeah.
And that's when the audience is like, oh, this is really happening. He said that to him, and now they start to fall into it. So it's a tool to
Right
get
on.
you in that
That's
place.
dope right there.
That is dope.
That's
Jump
dope.
on in there,
You know I am on
Yes, sir.
alley oop. This is a good one right here because I know what my answer would be. Where do you go to practice your loud vocal exercises? The holler, let it out,
The car.
the call.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of my work happens in the car. for me, like even memorizing lines, everybody has their own. That's why I said you ask like 4 or 5 actors, and they're gonna probably give you 4 or 5 different answers.
True.
But for me, even when I was writing songs, I wrote a lot of my songs in the car, just riding around, stop somewhere, right. So I continue that process with acting. For me, memorizing lines, I say them, I record them.
Yeah.
And then I get in the car, and I'm actually the characters when I'm recording them. I'll be the girl, I'll be the little boy, I'll be my part. Then I play it. And the beginning, I ain't even trying to memorize it. I'm just like listening to the story.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And as I go on, I start to learn my part. But in the car is where I find myself usually getting to that part with, vocal exercises and stuff like that.
That's dope,
bro.
right?
I know what mine at the house.
At the house.
With the kids running around. You know what I mean? Easy to holler out.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
Now, see, that's involuntary vocal exercise. That's involuntary.
Yeah. Yeah. Slide your
Right
flow.
now.
Right now.
Right
Yeah,
now.
my son helped me work out a lot with that.
Right on.
So
Do you
the-
ever record yourself and then watch your emotions at all when you're rehearsing for a role? Do you ever record yourself?
Now, I do record my lines.
Okay.
I don't take it now, and some people will tell you don't do that,
Okay.
right? As far as like recording your lines, I
Yeah.
get what they're saying, but it works for me.
Got you.
I don't record now. Some people have said, stand in the mirror and watch yourself.
Yeah.
I get that, but then acting is definitely a thing for each individual.
Sure.
That doesn't work for me because what happens is now I'm rehearsing too much of a response. I don't want to rehearse that much of my response. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some things I need to be innate when we get on set. And, I even like it when my scene partner does something different.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have to do it exactly the same way every
Right,
time
right.
for me, because I want to be able to bounce and you know what I'm saying, move in a different way so that it keeps coming off different. You know what I mean?
Yes, because it's all about creativity then, right? So
Yeah.
pulling you out the box, whoever she is out the box, it's gonna cause you to be even more creative. So in that moment, you go ahead. You want to speak
That's
on it?
that's exactly like I heard a story about Kevin Spacey. I can't remember the other actor Al Pacino. They were doing a movie.
Yeah.
I think was it Rounders? I can't remember the movie.
That's a good
but they were doing a movie. Kevin Spacey had just got on. You know what I'm saying? And they were doing this scene, and of course Al Pacino is the legend.
Yep.
So they're doing this scene where Al Pacino is supposed to cuss Kevin Spacey out and stuff like that. So the camera's supposed to go all the way around him while he's doing it so they can get his responses. And he said that this is Al Pacino was one of the most giving actors he worked with. And I didn't understand it at first, but later on it made sense because what he did was they did that scene like 3 or 4 times.
Sure.
Then Al Pacino, unbeknownst to Kevin Spacey,
Yeah.
he went to the director, he went behind the scenes, he said, look, we're going to do this one more time.
Yeah.
But don't record my audio. Just get his facial expressions.
Right on.
So this time when they did it, he walked around and didn't say none of the lines that Kevin Spacey was waiting to hear in
Yeah.
the script.
Yeah.
This time he directly was like, Kevin, you are a bad actor.
Right.
You suck.
Yeah.
We all know how you got here. You know what I'm saying? You paid somebody, you did this. And Kevin Spacey said none of this was in the script. So he really felt like Al Pacino was talking to him personally. It took that performance that you see is him being hurt for real because he like, why is Al Pacino cussing me out? He didn't understand that was actually the performance that they were going to use for the film.
Wow.
Because his response was so real, and it was only real because Al Pacino was like, I got to draw that out of you.
Yeah, he pulled it out too. He gave him that.
Yeah, he
it was
did.
natural when it came out.
What?
You know what I mean?
So
Made him sit back and be
Jump
natural.
on in there,
I got
nephew.
one for
Go
you.
ahead.
You know what I mean? You said you a rapper,
Yeah.
actor. So this is a good one for you.
Okay.
It is. How do you react when people give you negative criticism on your performance? Don't nobody like to get called. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah. I got to a place where I had to start learning how to decipher somebody critiquing me because they wanted me to be better
Or they was just hating.
or they was just hating. You know what I'm saying? And that's a hard process.
Sure.
But, over time, like I had people that was like when I was rapping, they was like, yo, you got bars, but you don't have a mic voice. Oh, it's a mic voice. They was like, you don't have, but they were basically trying to tell me like, you got to craft that thing so that your voice is distinctive. I just
Yeah.
didn't know it. But what they did was I was signed to a management company, and at first they signed me. It was like, yeah. And then to kind of, I don't know, groom me to say, they was like, no, we ain't recording you no more.
Wow.
And I would write a song, and I would go in the studio, and then they had other people around me, and they would record them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I kept being like, but my stuff, I know my lyrics are better than theirs. You know what I'm saying? I know my lyrics is better than or as good, wouldn't record me. When I left that studio and I built my own home studio and stuff like that, and I started working with other artists.
Sure.
Okay, I get it now.
Wow.
Because I'm helping them, and I'm listening to some of the younger rappers coming in, and they doing. I'm like, bro, you blah, like. Make it your own, bro. But that's what they were trying to tell me. So that's why I'm saying, like, even with that, with the acting and stuff like that, learning the difference between people that actually want to see you grow and do better, and people that's just like, okay, it's 1,000 rappers. They don't care about you doing better. Or it's 1,000 actors. Why you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? You got a good job. They don't necessarily want to see you do better because a lot of people are scared to see you do better because that means you're going to be doing better than them.
That's true. That's true. Talk to us a little bit about your music now. We talked about your acting career, but you're a multifaceted performer, artist. So let's talk about the music. Let's talk about the albums, man. Let's talk about all of them.
I mean, the albums, man, like I said, when I moved down here, my real dad was always in music. My aunt wrote poetry. My mom's educator. You know what I'm saying? So I have that kind of like as a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I got to 13, it was just something that just happened. Like we would be riding and I would just hear lyrics and you know, rhymes and songs. And I started off writing songs, not raps. You know what I'm saying? Just songs and songs and songs. And then when I went to I did that for a while, you know, Dwight. Me and him ride around, listening to every rap album there was and stuff like that. But then when I got to NC State, I went to NC State for a year and a half.
Gotcha.
So happy to get to NC State, be out my mama house. I'm out here. I'm hearing all kind of rap from everywhere.
And them things out there on campus.
On the quad.
You hear me?
Boy, okay, I had to come back.
I got him.
Bang! Yeah, man. So I was having the best time at NC State. I was happy to be there, you know what I'm saying? And then freshman talent show rolls around.
Yeah.
Still singing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was in a little rap group, and it was a guy named Wendell.
Yeah.
He was a rapper, and he was like, I need some guys to sing for me. And we had started this little group, and we were singing in the hallways.
Right.
Girls used to come by and listen to us sing.
What was y'all name?
Yeah, what was the
What
name?
was the name of the group?
So the girls would come by and listen, right? And then we were, I'm not doing the name. So,
Hey, I got to know the name. NC State back in the day, they was singing. They was singing.
I think the name was something like Rain or
Them boys' name.
Nope, that's not what it was. The name of the group was KZA. That's what the name was.
KZA.
Rain was one of the songs.
Okay. What did KZA mean?
Man, that's too far back.
All right, then. All right.
All right, I got to go ahead and throw this part B to mine.
Throw it in there.
Oh, yeah.
I had the name.
We'll come
now
back.
I want to know.
What?
Who was you in the group? Otis or David Ruffin?
Okay. I can't say Otis or David. You know how they got Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was off in the Ronnie side of things.
Okay.
I was in the Ronnie
I
Mike
catch
side
the drift.
of things.
Yeah.
I catch the drift.
Yeah.
But we did that, hold my note, you know what I'm saying? We did the little thing and stuff like that. And then they was like, yo, we won the freshman talent show.
Dope.
The prize was a recording session to record your song.
Gotcha.
So we went in and we did a Shy song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not doing that either.
Oh, that's a classic right there.
That's a classic.
That's a classic.
We did that, and from this, it's like walking in here to y'all studio. If you love this kind of stuff, you get a charge just walking in the room.
That energy.
And that was the first time I had been in a recording studio.
Right
so
on.
we went in to record, and I was just stuck. Like, dang, what's that?
Yeah.
What are you doing in there?
Yeah.
That's a big old glass. Look at all these mics. You know what I'm saying? And then he played it back, and we listened to ourselves. That was like a drug, man. That's why I only went to state 1 year, because after that, that's all I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
Like writing. And I remember we were doing a song, and I wrote a rhyme for one of the songs, and I called my homegirl Kenny. I was like, "Hey, what you think about this?"
Yeah.
Because all the R&B songs had a rap in it.
Sure.
She was like, "Why are you singing? You need to be rapping."
Right.
From there on, that was all I needed.
Okay.
Oh, that's dope. Let's talk about that one rap song that you have that you put out on Facebook that had some nice numbers to it. The one you did, I don't know where you shot it at, but in my opinion, it had like a Nas feel to it, like a Illmatic type of vibe.
Fear.
Fear. That was a dope one, man.
Shout out to my boy Jetblack for shooting the music video.
Right.
Yeah, man. That's Fear probably is one of those songs I point to is like if you want to know, yo, who are you as an artist? Like, go ahead and listen to that right there.
Yeah, tell the people how they can listen to that.
Oh
Blaq.
man,
How can they listen to that, man?
If you go to Google and just put in John Blaq Fear, it'll come up on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, it should come.
Can they purchase it in any kind? Can they?
Yeah,
purchase
yeah.
it?
I'm on Spotify.
Yeah, tell them.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
All the platforms and stuff like that where everybody go get music. It's up there.
All
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
let's talk about some of the films you've done. Let's
Okay.
talk about some of the films you've done.
What's up? What you
Talk-
got? Anyone?
Just talk about everything that you've done. Let's talk about the projects, and it's extensive.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the projects that you've done and what you're doing what you're doing right now, what you have going on right now.
When I first got started, I think Michael Bowie. Shout out to Michael Bowie. He's down in Raleigh or Durham. He's like that was like one of the first official sets I got to be on.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I met Kilo Pugh, and didn't know it at the time, but he was the one that had produced on Lauryn Hill's album.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
And he moved down here, and me and him clicked up, and he was doing a movie with Morgan Flowerchild, and they just gave me a chance. I just walked
That's
out.
dope.
I saw they was having an audition. I was like, I've been looking for something to act in.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went down there. They was super cool, and they was like,
Yeah.
"Psh, why don't you play the gangster? You could play King." And I was like, my first role, I get to be a gangster.
Yeah.
And, from that on, we formed a relationship. I did their film, their second, Find My Way. That's on Amazon Prime right now.
Okay.
They had a big movie premiere at the theaters for that. Then I moved on from that to Ride with a Vamp with Michael Bowie. I learned a lot on his set. Michael Bowie is very technical. He knows all the cameras and stuff like
Gotcha.
that. So that was the first time I had somebody directing, like, no, say here, stand here, move here, do this.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And he had all of the equipment and stuff like that. Moved on from that. I met Brandon Byers. We did The Bridge. The Bridge is probably always going to be that one project. I think everybody has a thing where they'd be like, this is that one moment where it kind of like elevated, took you to that next thing.
Sure.
The Bridge took 3.5 years to make.
Wow.
Again, still new, hadn't had any acting coaches. I was still doing my raw thing. I went into the audition. I went in for the lead role because
Sure.
when you first start acting, you like the lead role is the role you want. That's the
No
one
doubt.
you want.
Yeah,
No
probably
doubt.
the money
Hey.
maker too. You
Hey,
know
yeah.
what I mean? I'd have been thinking about the bag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So of course
Yes,
I went
indeed.
in for that role, and the blessing in it was I went in for that role, I read for it. He was like, I got this small case, I got this small character that's in the movie. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And read that for me. So
Yeah.
I took that back a few minutes, I read that, and he just was like, you know what? I'm gonna call you. So he called me, and when he called me, the role, the first time I read it was really what it was. It's probably like one scene.
Yeah.
He called me back and he revamped that character, and he made that character a lead character for the film.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he took that character and made him a lead character, and it's like me, the lead guy, and a girl. The Bridge. 3 years to make it. We shot it 3 different times, and every time we shot it, something happened. So the last time, he finally got it right, and he's still working and pushing that and promoting it. But it turned out amazing. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope. You want to jump on in
That's
there,
fire
nephew?
right there, man. You
Go
know
on,
I
jump
want
on
to
in
start
there.
now. Describe your last experience.
In acting, my last experience in acting. Okay. My last experience in acting was probably week before last. I was working on a film with Renaissance Jones. That's my man. He's an actor, director, brilliant. They wrote a film called Delusional, him and Dwayne Etheridge. We shot it last year, and then we had technical problems over the editing. So he said, hey, man, look, I hate to do this, but I got a situation. This film came out great. Can we reshoot this film? You know what I'm saying? And because of how busy I am and other
Yeah.
people are, we had one day. You know what I'm saying? So we shot the whole film in one day. We started at my house last Sunday at 7 o'clock, and we didn't end till like 1:30, 2 o'clock the next day in the morning.
That's tough.
And we
Grind is relentless.
Yeah, we had to do that joint, man, and it was just like people was falling asleep on set. And
Hey,
it
that's the
was
way it
crazy.
goes sometimes.
What?
Yeah, that's the way it go. That is. Let's talk about the hard work. How much work goes into what you do. I heard you say you go to sleep sometime. You find yourself tired on those sets. So let's talk about the amount of hours that you spend so far as on a set and perfecting your craft. Let's talk about the work now.
That's like the most gratifying part. The work, you know what I'm saying? And anything you do, like people see athletes on TV and you only think about the fact that they performing great and we cheering for them. You don't know what goes into that until you do it.
Yeah.
I had no idea what went into acting until I started doing it and getting in. You always be like, oh, I want more. And then when more started coming, it got that much harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the time that it took to not only do this one role, but then I had people calling me for 2 and 3 roles at a time, and now I have to actually have a calendar and all this other kind of stuff, and it's a lot, man. It's a lot, bro.
Yeah. The reason I asked you that question, so it's so important that we let our viewers know that the process for you getting to here, it wasn't easy. Bruh. It was hard, and you still working because it's all about empowerment. Jetblack, please visit the website, thejetblackempowerment.com. Each one, reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, John Black.
Nah, man,
it's building.
I've been on so many different sets. Even just I told myself I was gonna put myself out there even as an extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody wants to be the star. But I was like, if I could go do the extra work and see what happens behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff, I did. Man, that extra work ain't no joke, bro. Like when you watch movies, you have a whole new appreciation for that person you see blurred out in the corner.
Yeah.
They probably been on set for like 16, 12, 13 hours.
Wow.
And they might be getting a check for like $75.
True story.
That's it.
That's
Bruh,
all.
I did a Hallmark movie. Luckily, I just happened to be in the right place, so I got caught up in a couple of shots, and people was like, yeah, we saw you in the Hallmark movie. We saw you. But, bruh, sometimes you do that stuff, and the only thing you going to get out of it is maybe a $75 check, and hoping that you get caught in the scene. Bruh, they edit you out in a heartbeat if they take another angle that they like better. And you just been there and got a $75 check. And we talking about, I know people that you might as well be like a professional extra.
Yeah.
They going from here to New York. They going from here to Florida on their dime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They doing all of this because they love it and they want to be around it so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a grind for real.
So if you would, we're gonna end this part of the interview, right? But I want you to say something to those that are watching right now that possibly could empower them and help them even, what's the word I'm looking for? Understand a little bit more the importance of you believing in yourself that you can do this. Because remember, he's from North Carolina, and the grind is totally different. You know what I'm saying? When you're right here in the Carolinas. So can you say something to the people out there to kind of encourage them, to let them know they can? If you can, they can. So if you can just speak on that a little bit, and then we'll go into the next portion of the show.
I don't know. For me, I would say this. I'm a reader, so that's where I got my concepts and things that, you know, push me. I read a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and there was so many. I read that, and I read The Alchemist. They're all the same thing, but it's the central thing of anything the human mind can believe, it can achieve.
Love it.
And what happened was, me reading that, the way my brain translated that was, just like we in this studio right now, like those lights, this microphone, that shirt you got on, that hat you got on, this table, there ain't nothing in here that wasn't an idea first in somebody's mind.
Come on. Yeah.
You understand what
I do.
So that means that if you can have those kind of ideas and manifest them in the physical, how come I can't do that with everything?
Beautiful. Beautifully said.
Hey, he said that right there.
You
It's
know
all
what I'm
about your
saying?
energy, you know what I mean? What
Yes,
you put
sir.
out is what you get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love what you said about these microphones, these lights, this table, us being here, this shirt, this hat, his hat. You know what I'm saying? We'll continue the legacy of Mr. Aaron T. Jones.
Hashtag
Continuing
Pod
it,
God.
baby. We in your vision, baby, and we loving it. Yes, indeed. So look, we're gonna keep it moving, keep it moving. And so now, we always like to do Black History Facts here at the Jet Black Daily Show. It's Jet Black Daily Show, Empowerment, Black History 365.
Every day of the year.
Yes, sir.
Not
All
a day
day.
to go by that it ain't
Yes,
Black
sir.
history.
Come on. And
Our
so we-
history. Our story, not his story. Jot that down on the back end, you hear me? And I got one for you, Black History Fact.
Go on and give it
me
to
out.
him.
Gail Fisher. In 1962, Fisher became the first Black actress to appear in a national TV commercial with speaking lines. Despite making history, Fisher's acting roles slowed down after Mannix was canceled in 1975. She passed in 2000 at the age of 65. But she was the first Black actress.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Gail
I
Fisher.
love it.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
Salute.
You hear me?
Salute.
Gail Fisher.
Salute.
Our sisters always doing it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the melanin in them. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what I
Them
mean? Ain't got no
Nubian
choice.
queens. Yes,
You
sir.
hear me?
Come on,
got
hit us
nothing
with
for you,
another.
Sidney Poitier.
Oh,
I like the way you say that. Say that last name.
Sidney Poitier.
Pody,
Hit
yeah.
with the
Did I say it
Pody,
right?
Hit with your pody.
Did I say it right though?
You said it right.
Sidney
We all know
Poitier.
who that
Yes,
is.
sir. We
You
know
hear
who it
me?
is.
Long before he became a screen legend, Poitier launched his career in New York City theater. New York City.
New York City.
Your stomping ground.
Yes,
New
sir.
York.
Theater.
Most famously appearing in the original Broadway production of Lorraine Hansberry, A Raisin in the Sun.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
landed
sir.
his first major motion picture role in 1950 drama No Way Out, where he played the lone Black doctor in an all-white hospital. That's Sidney
Pody.
Poitier.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You hear me?
And he was jet black.
You hear me?
You know what I'm saying?
He was the
jet
original
black,
Jet
baby.
Black.
Original jet
was the
black.
original
You know
Jet
what I'm
Black.
saying?
Got a nothing for you.
Come
Trey
on.
Ball, catch it on the back end.
All right.
Hattie McDaniels.
Uh-huh.
Hattie.
Had it.
Miss Hattie.
Had it
You
good
gotta
in
give
here.
it up to Hattie McDaniel.
You
Yes,
hear
sir.
me? Hollywood's first Black Oscar winner. Winner story is the one of triumph and tragedy. Aside from being criticized for her Oscar-winning role of Mammy in Gone with the Wind,
Yeah.
the film was boycotted over its racist and offensive stereotypes and dialogue. And McDaniel wasn't even allowed at the Atlanta premiere when she was a Black woman.
Now you see what we had to go through? See what we went through?
The doors that had to be
The
open.
doors had to be open for the Jamie Foxxes and those that, you know, the Denzels and, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on and on of some of our great actors.
And that ain't it. Listen to this.
Come on.
She was forced to sit in the back of the room inside the segregated venue at a small table away from her white cast members.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, what y'all think about that?
Wow.
Messed up.
Hattie McDaniels.
Hattie McDaniels, we salute you, ma'am. Yes. Yes, much respect, much respect.
Absolutely.
That right there is just something to really think about. What our people suffered through, and it's so crazy we still going through it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna touch on it a little bit more.
Yes,
Let's
we
get
is.
into
Gonna touch
these.
on that shit a lot.
Yes, sir. That's going all day and day on the Jet
Yeah.
Black. Yes, sir. Come on, man. Let's talk a little bit about these sports.
Oh,
right
you
here,
already
man.
know. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Listen to this right here.
Yeah.
You know we talked about Carmelo the other week. He
Yeah, we
opened up
did.
that production
Yeah, we
company,
did.
Creative
Uh-huh.
Setting.
Yes, sir.
And then he done teamed up with John Wall. Guess what they investing in?
What?
Let me say it politically correct. Cannabis.
That ooh wee.
You hear me? What's the smart market? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
everybody blowing it down. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's true.
Everybody blowing it down. They growing it.
They really are. Come on and speak on it. You got a little bit more on
Yeah.
that?
You know I do. You know what I mean?
Come on with it.
Got a little thing right here. Let me go ahead and chop it down for you. There aren't many players in history of the NBA who could have beaten Michael Jordan,
Oh, this about to get
which we all know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the game one-on-one during his prime. The list gets shorter and shorter when you ask Michael, of course.
Of
Yes,
course.
sir.
By after Jordan was embarrassed on the court by a star-studded rookie during the 1996 and 97 NBA season.
And you know who it was?
Who was it?
Who was it?
You tell me.
That AI.
Thank you. Made him touch the floor. You
Yeah,
hear
he
me?
did.
Hezzy, snatch, aya,
Yes, sir.
aya, come here,
Broke his ankle.
come here,
I watched that the other day.
come
Probably
here.
the most
You hear
embarrassing
me?
moment he went through.
Hey, that was a tough move. You know what I
That
mean?
was.
That
He
showed
did
AI's
shake it.
greatness. You know what I mean? AI what made me, you know what I mean, start watching basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
AI made me want cornrows. And I don't even know what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Man, well, we know they ain't there
But
no more. We do know what happened. They got going.
You retired them with it.
They snatched it one time and they just ran away. Like, no, we ain't got time for Unc today. We ain't got time for Unc today.
Man, come on.
Got some on the NFL too. You know what I mean?
Oh, there we go.
NFL star Marshawn Lynch has joined the ownership group of the Oakland Roots of the USL Championship.
That's
Oakland native Lynch, 34, was a prominent advocate of the city during the 12 NFL season career, primarily with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
That's
More
my
than
guy.
an athlete.
Yeah.
More than an athlete.
That's big, you know what I mean? I remember Marshawn Lynch was whipping through
What?
in college on the golf cart. West Side.
Yes, sir.
All he needed was a blizzard.
Yes, sir.
Bro, that dude always gonna be him.
Yeah.
Always gonna be him.
He
I respect
rep.
him about that,
I
though. You
respect
know what I
him
mean?
too
He
for
stand
that,
on his
too.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he do.
for sure.
He rep for it, man. I'm telling you.
Got another one up in wrestling. Wrestling. Sports news. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
What?
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Speak on
Yeah.
it. Speak on it.
Made another appearance with the AEW wrestling and looked to have knocked out Cass Wheeler. Let me tell you one thing.
Did you see his head?
Yes.
What the
Mike
hell?
just out there right now.
I tell you one
He's
thing.
54 years old, too.
He should have went ahead and got Roy when I paid that money on that pay-per-view. I wasted my money on that fight with him.
I'm going to tell
I
you.
don't want to see him in no ring unless he throwing something with Evander Holyfield.
But
You
you're
hear
talking
me?
about that though, right?
Yeah, Evander said he running and stuff like that.
What?
Said he don't want no smoke. I'm telling you.
Man,
But-
have you seen Mike, though? He's still like that,
Mike
though.
is Mike, bro.
Yeah, ain't nothing changed.
And he know Evander know Mike still got some get back in him.
Yeah, got to. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But he need to
sir.
stay out there wrestling ring.
Yeah, I think
you know
he
what
needs
I
to,
mean?
boy, because
He
he
getting-
nodded old boy head up.
He getting
Yeah, he
too
swung
old.
a bat at him, and then Mike Tyson said, "Book up,
What?
night night."
Party over. Hang it up. Kiss the baby. Kiss the baby.
That's exactly what happened. That joker had a melon on his head too.
Like for real, for real.
They trying to
Knot
figure out
it
whether
up.
it was for real. What?
Knot it up.
You
You
saw
hear
what he
me?
did to Buster Douglas, didn't you?
Yeah. And those was our sports and athletic
Yes,
updates on the
indeed.
Jetblack Daily Show.
Yes,
You
sir.
hear me?
I'm
And-
up on it now.
Yes, sir. So being that you are artist, right? Being that you are artist, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna go into that lane of rap, hip hop,
Okay.
old school versus new school. What's your thoughts on that?
We already know the thought.
Oh man, come on, don't start
New
that.
school.
Nephew,
You know what I mean?
nephew,
Y'all had a couple of good bangers back in the
Nephew,
day.
don't
I
start
can't
that.
take that from you.
Wait.
Y'all had a couple.
See, that would
Y'all had a couple.
Come on
you know
now,
what I mean?
nephew.
He said a couple
Y'all
good
had a couple.
bangers.
couple.
A couple.
Man, don't do that.
That couple, you know what couple mean? Maybe 1, 2, or 3.
I'm
That's
not-
it. Just a couple.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This see this right here.
Talk to me.
This is right here is where we draw the damn line.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to come across the line. You hear me? Talk to me. Talk to me about the
Now
little
you got
old
this.
school.
Now old school.
Okay.
He going to need
But
some
see, that-
backup.
Oh, he got it.
See, that's what I'm saying.
2 on 1, huh?
They don't want to acknowledge Public Enemy,
Okay.
BDP, J. Rule the Damager,
See, now I don't
Das Effects,
Y'all losing me.
X Clan,
Y'all losing me.
the Fat Boys.
Man, we go back to Dougie Fresh.
Come-
You know what I'm saying? Big
I know you ain't gonna go
Daddy
to sleep.
I give you Doug
Are
it.
you
Big
serious?
Daddy Kane.
Everybody
Big
did
Daddy
Doug it.
Kane?
Ooh.
Rakim.
Everybody
Rakim?
did Doug. I know a little, yeah.
Wait a minute,
You know
wait.
what I mean? I knew Rakim a little bit, you know what I
Come
mean?
on
But
now.
y'all, the times have changed.
Rakim the God.
Let me tell y'all
Come
something.
on, man.
Ladies and
You right,
gentlemen,
you
and the
right.
old folk,
You right.
Come on, I'm
You
not
off the
old
table.
yet now.
You know.
you hear me?
I
He
know I
right.
got gray on.
Times have changed. You know how?
You right.
I'm gonna give y'all
I
an
mean, you
analogy.
right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
give you an analogy.
Okay, go ahead with
As
it.
I said right, analogy.
Go ahead with
Analogy. You know, we had the game systems, right? PlayStation,
Here we go.
Dreamcast,
Y'all already see where this going.
Nintendo 64.
But guess
Hold
what?
up, let me finish. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. PlayStation, Dreamcast, Nintendo 64.
Okay.
Right.
I'm telling you,
But if it wasn't,
times change. You can't stay in the same lane. Guess what you
Okay,
gotta
go
do?
ahead, go ahead.
You gotta change with the game. You hear me?
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that
man.
Atari opened the door.
There.
Everybody play.
That ColecoVision
Man, you got tired of.
opened the door.
You got tired of doing
but
that.
See, but you know what those games are called?
What are they called?
They're not called old.
What are they
They're
called?
called vintage.
Vintage.
Why you think people go back and get vintage games? Now ain't
Speak on
nobody
it.
going
Hey,
back.
I ain't saying ain't
nobody-
nothing wrong with vintage, but no man, you can get anything vintage from Goodwill. You hear me? You can get anything vintage from Goodwill. Am I lying?
Listen.
Am I lying? You
Hold
hear
on.
me?
Hold on now.
Listen.
Now listen.
No, man, I like Goodwill.
Listen.
They got some good stuff.
Speak on it.
All I'm gonna say is this. You can say what you want to say, right? But if I'm gonna choose, if I gotta choose between old school and new school, I have. See, that's what's wrong with the young people. They don't want to let you get your
Always
words out.
damn button in.
You know what I'm saying? I give you that things must change, right? But every change ain't good. Example. That little Nas X video, that's y'all representation of the good. Nah, now they want to take a time out. Now they want to take a time out.
Somebody throw me a flag.
He went there.
Give me the flag on the
He
play.
went there,
Somebody
though.
want to take a time
Somebody throw
out.
a flag on the
He went
play.
there, though.
That's your man's in there.
No, that's not my man's at all. I'm not that. Look, we talking about old school, new school. I'm
He's
not
new
that new
school.
school.
Is he new school?
That ain't for me.
Is he new school?
That ain't for me.
No,
Okay,
not you.
That
But
ain't for
he's
me.
new
You know what I
school.
mean?
Okay, all right.
See,
go
we're
ahead.
not getting the question.
Bro, out of pocket. He was out of pocket. You know what I mean? But as far as my old school, new school,
Okay.
I'm about to go with new school, and then we have to break it down on what years is we classifying the old school and new school. Because I'm probably back there in 45. They ain't have but so much.
The Black Poets
You know what I
Society.
mean? They ain't have but so much. You know what I mean? Back then,
No.
Unc was back there. You know what I mean? What said them Negro spirituals? You hear me?
Let me matumbo you right now. No. All right? Listen. I will admit, I do like some of the new artists.
Name me a couple. Which new ones you know?
I like
I'm
the
gonna tell you
baby.
they some good in the old. He
I
tough.
like the baby.
North
Now,
Carolina stand up.
North Carolina stand up. He a wild boy.
He tough.
I like Kendrick.
But he got bars.
He do.
He do. I like Kendrick.
Lyricist.
Yep.
Cole.
I like J. Cole.
Gotta say J. Cole.
Yep. I can't go wrong with that. And I also like what's your girl from Rhapsody?
Yes.
I like Rhapsody. I think I might. And I ain't gonna lie. Every now and again.
Uh-oh. He about to say something ratchet.
No.
Here we go. This is what I was waiting on. Go ahead and let it loose.
I like Legucci. I like Gucci Mane.
Oh, we got it. Wop.
I ain't gonna even lie.
Wop. I thought you said me at first. I was like,
almost
dang,
did
I ain't
say
even
Lil
dropped
Gucci.
yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I like Gucci Mane a little bit, you know. I like him. He a wild boy.
Right.
Kind of like him.
Right.
I don't understand everything he talking about, but
See, but then you got to break down which one you listen to.
'Cause
Old
it's-
Gucci
or new.
or the new Gucci. It's
I
a
like
difference.
that lemonade.
Okay. That what?
That lemonade.
Damn, you sound like we
Cool,
from the same place.
refreshing
That
drink.
lemonade.
He made you homesick.
Yeah. Hey, that's down in the country. We took
But
it
then I
down.
still like Twalib Kweli, Mos Def,
Yeah.
Conscious. I like the Locks. I like Jada Kiss. So I mean, you know,
All I'm saying, when I hop in the car,
what you
ain't
listening
gonna be on no. Back in what you say, basketball was my favorite sport.
Oh, now see, he gonna get
I
on
like the way
Curtis
they
Blow.
dribble up and
Now,
down.
why
But he
got-
know the bars.
But he know it
That's-
though.
no, I'm
now
saying.
ask me what I know in that little Nas. Hey, nah,
I don't either. I don't know that either. I'm just saying like that, I ain't gonna cut that on.
But that's new school.
I ain't gonna cut that on. No, that's too new school.
Okay.
You know what
But
I mean?
yeah, to be real,
That's
though,
ahead of me.
What I try to tell people when it comes to the old school, new school, like the way the rap is now, are some of the, I don't know why they classify it as necessarily hip hop. To me, it's okay to have it. I think the argument comes in because in all of these musics, you also have subgenres of musics.
Yes.
It's okay to have a subgenre of hip hop.
Yeah, I
you know what I'm
agree.
saying? I know they gave it mumble rap, and people probably took it that way as disrespectful, which it probably was. That's what it went. But now they have embraced it. You know what I'm saying? But the argument come in because you're trying to define something and change something that don't need to be changed. You still got new cats that come out that spit bars. They're new school. The other rappers with the mumble rap, they'll tell you, I don't care nothing about no freestyling,
Yeah.
no bars, or no, I don't care nothing about the 4 pillars of hip hop. You can't be hip hop and say you don't care about those things.
Preach.
So
Old school.
make that a subgenre. Own that. And you ain't got no argument from people that have come up with hip hop because you're changing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
To make a long story short, ladies and gentlemen, new school wins. He got a technical answer, and he took the long route. We're gonna make it short and sweet. One thing my granny told me, tough titty said the kitty, but the milk still good. You hear me?
Well, there it is.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't even mad at you though, nephew, because these these new rappers, new artists, them boys getting that bag.
No.
Now, when it come to that,
To the business aspect
to the
of
business
it?
aspect,
Yeah.
and empowering themselves and creating wealth,
Yeah.
as long as they don't, boy, they buy a lot of diamonds though.
That's because
So, I mean, but
We did too though.
You look at Biggie and Rockefeller
Yep,
and none
yep,
of that.
yep,
is new.
yep, yep, yep,
Yeah.
none of that.
that's because they
new.
changed with the game, though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just because all the social media, they got
Yeah,
Yeah.
more ways to
Took
get
it
it
up
out
a
there and
notch,
stuff
you
like
know what
that.
I'm
You know what I
saying?
mean?
I mean, it's very fragmented too because take what's the kid name that got killed 2 years ago? Extension.
Yeah.
Okay.
The crazy thing about the way you get your music now because of the internet and stuff like that, before we were all listening to the same songs at the same time. Like when somebody went platinum, there was no such thing as going platinum and you ain't know who that artist was. When that kid Extension died, you know what I'm saying? That was the first I heard of him. But when I started researching him, because I do like a couple of his songs and stuff, when I
Sure.
started researching him and stuff like that, like they like, yo, if you go by not album sales, which is what we're used to going by.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you went
exactly.
by his streams, he was the equivalent of a platinum artist.
Killing them.
But the game is so fragmented now, you can be that big and a section of hip hop don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that people are getting to the bag because they doing it independently now. The independent
Sure.
game is like way up.
Yeah, and I do locally. I like Big W.
Oh,
You know, Triple
bro,
F
like
Fargo.
that. Shout out Big W.
Yeah,
you hear me?
yeah,
Going
yeah,
down
yeah.
the mall
I like
for
them.
real.
Yep, they from right here from Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, getting it out the mud.
All the
As
way.
Legucci say.
Yep.
They like that.
Okay.
So when you get a chance, check out W.
I will.
Check
Send me a
out
link.
Triple
Send me
F
a link.
Fargo. I will. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
Oh, check out some of my people. FAMU from the Tray.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah,
man.
right
It's some
on.
cats
Hey,
out here.
Legucci got a mixtape coming out.
Oh God.
You hear me? I'm gonna pick that. I'm playing.
Yeah, he did like this, yeah.
Anytime a dude run a
Yeah.
hand, they going to get
They're
that.
going to get
Yeah.
it, right? I'm at the trap, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So listen, we're gonna switch gears a little bit. You know, here in Jetblack, we want to make sure that we cover all facets of life. You know, it's all about each one, reach one, teach one, and empowering and inspiring. So we have guests to come on, but we also talk about things that are very near and dear to our heart. So far as social justice that we see happening still, you know, with justice system and, you know, the Prison Reform Alliance that, you know, Meek Mills and Jay-Z have going on. And so we got a few things that we're going to highlight. The first thing I'm going to talk about is please go to change.org to free Greg Mingo.
Free Greg Mingo.
Free Greg Mingo, change.org. He spent 40 years, 40s plus in years.
44. It was 44.
Yes, in years for a crime he did not commit. And he didn't take the plea deal. And so he's still in there. If you can go to change.org and sign the petition, I think now they probably should be up to about 125, 130. Their goal is 150,000, all right? So sign that petition, you know, do your part. You do have a voice. Go to change.org and find out about that. We still know George Floyd is still, that right there is still close to us right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
That's
still fresh.
It's still fresh.
still fresh.
Still got families dealing with that. Breonna Taylor,
Yeah.
still dealing with that. And the most recent thing, we got, what's his name, Deontay?
Yep.
Deontay Wright. We
20
dealing-
years old.
Jacob Blake. So, I mean, we can call out so many names. Eric Garner, just selling cigarettes, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So come on. Come on, let's talk about this stuff.
Speaking of Deontay Wright,
Come on.
they let old girl out. She got out on bail.
What?
What?
Kim Potter, that's her name, I remember.
The police officer?
Kim Potter, the one that supposedly mistaken the taser for the Glock. She's
I
out
know
on
you
bail.
lying.
That's sad as hell.
So listen, you can go to change.org for that too.
Yep.
Look up his name, sign the petition. But we got to change these laws. We got to get these laws to the
Yeah.
legislative office.
Yeah.
You need to change these
We got-
police
We got
officers.
to change these people. Yeah.
You hear me? Change 12.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know if
right?
they was picked on in school or they
It-
don't know how to hit the
it's
bottom of the
about-
old lady or they just feeling some type of way down inside.
Oh man, they just
But they
angry.
just-
Yeah.
It don't make no sense.
It don't.
Nah.
I don't get it. Like
I don't either.
all of us
Yes.
are dying.
All of
Us.
And it's just in droves, like
Yes.
over and over
continue,
and over
continue,
again.
Continue
Yeah.
to happen. So they got a family in DeKalb County, a man who was shot and killed by the police at his home Monday afternoon. And his family is demanding answers and questioning the officers' descriptions of the events. His name is Matthew Zadok Williams. He was shot inside his Decatur condominium. After the police technically said he lunged at him with a knife. But here's the thing. The family still wants the footage, the video footage, released. So we all know how that goes down.
Yep.
So please, go online, find out about these stories. Copy these stories. Get them links. Share this information. Stay vigilant and find out what's going on in your community. You do have a voice. All you got to do is just open up your mouth, sign the name, share it all over social media. Let everybody know what's going on in our communities, all right? Listen, we getting sick of this. We're tired of it. Sick and damn tired of it, all right? So listen, recently.
Going TikTok viral and all this other shit, but we can't even put the real stories that need to be out here.
Come on.
Yeah, definitely.
The real stories.
The real
Let's
stories.
talk about what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
What the hell is going on? Our kids are dying.
Kids.
Our black boys are dying. For what? Why? The lieutenant pulled out the car. What?
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's a lieutenant.
Spray bro with Maisie, got on his uniform.
Got on his uniform.
Got his
Serving the
hands
country.
Serving the country. I ain't even have no reason to do it.
The crazy part is, it seemed like the cop got more offended when he told him, "Look, I'm in the military." It seemed like that took him higher. You know what I'm saying? Like he was offended that he was in the military or something.
Little kid walking through his neighborhood. The sergeant pushing him around. Think that happened in South Carolina,
Yeah.
Fort Jackson, South
I
Carolina.
seen that. That was just
I just saw that too.
Come on, man.
that was over the top. You know what I mean?
Come
and
on.
That's scary. I can only imagine what that. You know what I mean? That little boy, what was on him that way. It couldn't have been me.
You can't walk.
It couldn't
now?
have been.
You can't walk.
No,
You
he
can't-
told him, "You don't belong here.
Yeah.
I've never seen you around here before."
It was crazy, the rhetoric, though, because he was like, this is a tight-knit community. And I'm like, bruh, if you read between the lines,
Wasn't no tight
that's
lip.
not what you wanting to say.
No.
You're trying to say, this is us, as
Yeah,
in
this is-
us.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't belong here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pushed him in his neck.
Pushed them.
And so everybody has rallied around them. Came to the neighborhood.
Stood in front of his
Stood
house.
in front of his house.
All that melanin posted up like a whole lot of light poles out
yes,
there.
sir. We tired.
You hear me? They was stuck in the ground.
Yes, sir. We tired of that. And so the last thing that I'm going to talk about that I found out about, and I actually reached out to the family of Anthony Taylor, Harold Taylor, and Josiah Dickens. After speaking with the family member, they made some changes in their lives to become better young men in society. It does not take away from the fact of the incident that they are being charged with. Murder, and no one has died.
What?
They were denied bail twice, asked to take a plea of 10 years. They were defending themselves against a white man who happens to be on parole, who fired at them first, and on top of it all, the weapon that he used was stolen.
What?
But they locked up.
And they forgot to mention, out of the 3 gentlemen being charged, they suffered a gunshot injury from the man that's on parole.
With the dirty blicky.
With it.
With the dirty blicky.
Now, to take that even further, the cop with the taser is out.
Yes.
That's like the period at the end of the sentence. The cop with the taser, it was still, like I read before, like they was
Dude.
like, it's still manslaughter.
Dude, they didn't even hurt the guy that's on parole.
You said nobody died.
Nobody died.
But they locked up for what?
They're being asked to take a plea deal. They're being asked to take a plea deal for murder for 10 years now. And listen, I got on the phone and I talked with Canaan, who is the brother, I think, of Anthony, of the Taylor young men. He's the brother. His name is Canaan. Shout out to you, Canaan. We're riding for you, man, up there in Indiana. I had a conversation with him. Listen, they need help with legal counsel. Anything that you can do. I think they may be watching tonight. They may be in the chat room. They may be on the chat. Follow them and find out exactly what it is. They got GoFundMe accounts set up. Listen, this is bigger than us on this panel.
Way bigger.
It's all about each one, reach one, teach one. He has a broke foot. One of the other Taylor boys got a broke foot. They still in jail. Josiah, Anthony, the Taylor young men, they in jail.
Trying to get them to sign a plea deal.
In Myrtle Beach. It happened at a crosswalk. And this is official news. I physically talked with Kanan. Came to the crosswalk. This is how it went down. Came to the crosswalk. Got out the car. A racial slur was said, threw a bottle at him. Hit the car. He got out. Pulled the gun out. Pop, pop, pop. You know what we gonna do. We finna find out what's going on, man. Right? Didn't have an opportunity for none of that to happen. Got away. Threw the gun off. The guy that's on parole threw the car out. Threw the gun out. Ain't nobody get killed, but they got hurt. But they being charged for the murder.
I don't like
it's hard to explain and hard to understand.
It's the same old system.
It's the same old system, right?
Bullshit.
But at that point, it's like, it's so messed up that you can just do anything. Like
it's open season. I swear, it's open season on a black man.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changed. Just
No.
a couple of more names.
That's it. Ain't nothing changed.
So
Generational
listen,
trauma.
Generational
All
trauma.
over and
All
over
and
and
over again. Listen, this is the Jetblack Daily Show. Each one, reach one, teach one. Please reach out on Instagram. Find out about these stories. Connect with these folks. I got a couple more phone calls to make so we can help these people get the legal counsel they need. Listen, we have a voice. We have to use it. It's all about change, all right? Me and you, we stand together in unity, we can bring about change, all right? Each one, reach one, teach one, as we continue the legacy of Mr. Aaron T. Jones. Listen, this is the Jetblack Daily Show. I'm Carl Ross Sr.
And it's your boy Corey Legucci Graves.
Peace. 2 fingers.